The University Tower chimes ring in another session of Ask the Professor, the show on which you match wits with University of Detroit Mercy professors in an unrehearsed session of questions and answers. I'm your host, Matt Maggio, and let me introduce to you our panel for today. To my right, wearing the brand new Chas shirt, is Professor Heather Hill.
Hello.
It's kind of nice. It's cool.
Kind of nice.
I know.
Whoa. Okay.
It's overall very, very nice.
Thank you.
It says diversity is our strength.
Yes.
Is that nice?
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
So everybody got one at like the big gala
Everybody
event?
got one, yeah. And a number of us wore them to the Tigers game on Wednesday.
Nice.
We had a college night, so
Very
that was
cool.
a lot of fun. Yeah. And the Tigers won and are continuing
To win?
in the right direction,
That's
shall we
right.
say.
Excellent.
So, yes.
And why don't you let our listeners know about the big life event that happened to you last weekend so we can wish you all congratulations.
Oh, you're so sweet. My daughter got married on Saturday.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yes, thank
That's great.
you.
Are we going to do like tiny clapping?
Little tiny
okay.
claps, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes, still recovering, but yeah, yeah,
Well, it takes a while.
it does.
Absolutely.
How do you mean it takes a while? How do you know?
Well, I mean, I got
teasing.
married once. I
No,
suppose.
I'm talking about, in terms of a
No,
child.
not children.
No,
Not children.
No, yes.
But all weddings
You
take a
know
little
I'm
bit to get
teasing
over.
you, lovely Matt.
Absolutely, absolutely. Continuing around the table, Professor Erin Bell is here with us today, and family in tow.
Two out of 4 Bell children are over there in the seats
Pointing
over there.
at themselves.
Yes,
That's nice.
yes.
No shame.
Excellent.
No
Yes.
shame.
No shame at all. Well, you got some serious flair on your
I
lanyard.
do have flair, and I like that. Maybe there's some office space references we can make. But yes, I'm showing all my flair, showing my badge. So yes, all kinds of flair for the afternoon.
Excellent.
I'm going to count how many pieces of flair. Let's see.
You're
One.
going to set off metal detectors,
Yeah.
aren't you?
You don't have
Yes.
enough flair. You need more flair. So yes.
Someone with, as per my last count, not any flair.
Oh, no.
Wearing
see?
any flair.
Gee,
wearing
you were
any
really
flair.
putting your foot in it today, you know?
Professor Dan Maggio.
Thanks, Matt.
Plenty of flair, just no glare.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah,
Campus.
and nice shirt, by the way.
Thank
what
you.
a great shirt you're
Thank
wearing.
you to Dean Schneider again.
Yeah,
Maybe she'll be here one time and I can say thank you in person.
absolutely, absolutely.
But now, to go with this, can I have one of those?
Oh, yeah.
I'm probably sure I can manage to get you one, yes.
Different
yes.
college.
I'm here to collect all the college.
If they don't give them to retirees, they don't give them to people in other colleges.
You got one.
Did I?
Yes.
Ooh, yes, I did.
Did you have to do something specific to get the Chas shirt, or you just had to be at the event, or?
You had to be a brilliant professor.
Oh, okay. All right.
How did I get one then?
I guess.
Oh, stop it.
I guess I'm not going to be able to get one.
Yeah. No comment.
Well, the shirt is flare enough, Professor Maggio.
Very nice. Thank you.
Continuing around the table, Professor Dave Chow is here, wearing the right color.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be here. It's kind of my washed out UDM colors. That's all.
Well, that's all right. You know.
Lots of bleach.
Red, white, and blue
Chinese
is all
laundry.
we need to do. That's right. How are things across the street?
So far, so good. Haven't cut the grass yet. So.
Have you met all our new neighbors yet?
No, I have not.
Oh,
But have you also met our other neighbor that's all kind of like procuring property around us too?
I guess not. Well, what are you
You
referring
know
to?
them well.
I do.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You hear them on weekends.
Oh, no.
Oh, interesting. So we've got some code words
we'll
we're
talk.
using here.
We'll
Yeah,
talk.
we have to talk offline.
Oh.
Wearing the full complement of red, white, and blue, Professor James Tubbs.
I have 2 shirts that are red, white, and blue, and the other one has a hole in it. So that's why I'm wearing this one.
It's your Captain America outfit,
Yeah, I mean, you
right?
got your head in that one, so it's got an a-hole in it, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just...
Actually, it has 3 holes.
Yeah, it has, well, 4 if we count the bottom.
That's right.
The buttonholes. you know.
Yeah, okay.
Unbutton it, and it's just one big hole.
Sorry to hear about the laundry incident. I hope it wasn't like
No,
you
it
know,
just wore out.
Just wore out. Okay, yeah.
Too much wardrobe information there.
Well, malfunction.
Way too much.
We're just
Well, it's a
keeping
gray
track
day,
of
you know,
all
you have to
these
think of
bits and
these things.
pieces here. All these bits and pieces. Well, it's good to have you in your traditional role all the way on the other side of the table.
Yes,
Yeah.
except we don't have the web.
Well, if
today.
I go down a
We've
little
got
bit.
individual
maybe.
mics coming up
Yes.
instead of floating through the air at us.
Exactly. Continuing around, Professor Danielle Maxwell from Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry.
Thanks for having me on this Saturday.
Yep, I'm just assuming because of the pictures you sent me from the game last night that you woke up a half hour ago. I mean,
I slept a very long time this morning. Yes, I have done no work today.
Oh,
well,
the
that-
smell of nachos. I was wondering what that was.
Pizza, specifically.
Yes, the overpriced pizza.
So we were hearing through the grapevine that since the pandemic, and actually a year before, Comerica Park, where the Tigers play, has not accepted cash. It's a cashless, exchange.
It's a cashless
And so
venue.
many people were pulling out their wallets offering cash this last week because they hadn't been to the ballpark in 10 years. And so I'm sure that was happening a lot if 44,000 people were there last night.
There was quite a bit of people there last night. They did have 25% off the merch store, though, so we
Oh
ended
my
up with some
gosh.
merch. It was fantastic.
Oh, man, I should have put it in order. Man, never
No,
even
we
knew
should
I
have
had
gone
the
down there and done like cash exchange.
It's Fan Appreciation Weekend, so maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, possibly. I'm sure we'll
If
get the
you can get
dregs
tickets.
of whatever's left over.
Or if the gift shop is not sold out
But
either.
Chess, had a group there Wednesday night.
That's what we heard.
We had
yeah.
to use plastic even for the 50-50 raffle.
That's right.
Everything.
That's
Everything.
right. Everything.
So if you won, what'd you get? Like PayPal?
I guess. Venmo, maybe.
Venmo,
Yeah.
Zelle, could be anything. Could be anything. Continuing around the table, Professor Stephen Manning is joining us. Good to have you back, sir. Nice hat.
Yeah, good
Was
hat.
off somewhere?
Yeah, no, I mean, we missed you for a week. It's okay.
Yeah,
we
well,
had
we
other
were-
things to do.
Oh, we were at the wedding for the week. Yeah, the wedding.
I thought that was a
lovely wedding.
softball. I'm sorry.
From what he remembers.
It's all
I
become
don't
a
know.
blur, yes.
Right. Well, there were a lot of festivities. You had to travel a little bit, so, yeah.
Had visitors in town, et cetera.
Beautiful
Very
wedding
exciting.
pictures, by the way.
Very
Thank
exciting.
you.
Yes.
It was a lovely wedding, not to be too sentimental about it, but it was the ceremony itself was wonderful.
Breathtaking.
It was really short, sweet, to the point. The vows were perfect. And some of these can be really syrupy, and
Sure.
this was just perfect.
Sure.
It was
Excellent.
great. It was
Excellent. And we have a guest panelist here with us today, Professor Brian Curtis, class of 18. Am I remembering correctly?
17.
Oh, my Lord. I'm getting so old. Class of 17, BS chemistry major, and now back adjuncting a course for us. So we're happy to have your expertise.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
So he
excellent.
says.
What course are you teaching?
Organic Chemistry 2 Lab. Wednesday nights at 5:30.
I've heard things about that one.
If you've heard things about
That's-
any night lab that we offer at this point.
His
so.
course specifically?
No, just Orgo,
just
like
in general.
Orgo.
I was going to say after 5 weeks, I'm a little concerned.
Got 300 here, 490.
The rumors drift over to the Briggs.
When in doubt,
building.
scream resonance. That's what I remember about organic
Nice.
chemistry.
Yes.
Nice reference. Considering I was just grading, you gave me a warm fuzzy. Well, this is a program, folks, where you can send us questions regarding anything. If you stump the panel, you win one of our prizes. If you don't stump the panel, you can win one of our prizes. You can send the questions in a number of ways. You can email us at atp@udmercy.edu. Find us on Facebook and Instagram, or just listen on your favorite smart speaker by asking it to play Ask the Professor at University of Detroit Mercy. So, we have a set of questions sent in by Anonymous.
Them again.
Yes, them again. Professors, the answer to each of these questions is a place, typically a country or state. So that should sort of set up the boundaries on what we're doing here.
Oh, perfect.
You're
Cheat sheet.
perfect Vanna White.
It's not labeled. Good luck.
So we
We brought the portable map.
the continental United States and very small Alaska and Hawaii.
Yes.
Yes.
That's not
Okay.
going
It's
to
the
be
portable one.
Not going to be
Drawn
helpful.
to scale.
Which black line on a white background corresponds to what country, Africa's second most populous, lost sea access in 1993, and why? Wow, that is very specific
Angola?
and out of the ordinary.
Egypt? What else? I'm thinking.
No?
Yeah, I was thinking up there.
Although I like the letter E.
Ethiopia.
Yeah,
Ethiopia.
Eritrea seceded and declared independence, and that was their connection
the
to the body of
connection
water.
to-
So, yeah.
It's nice having the audience. I'm going to phone a friend. I see Laura Wassner, my most worldly friend back there. So I'm like,
Yeah, we see some intelligent people out there.
Right.
Couple of E's in that response. So in 2 U.S. cities, the Chinatowns of those 2 cities were on the National Trust for Historic Preservation list of America's 11 most endangered historic places in 2023. What 2 cities?
San Francisco,
San
and New York.
Francisco and
Not San
Portland?
Francisco.
Chicago.
Not Chicago.
Not
New York?
Portland.
Is it the one here?
No,
Seattle?
because
Yeah,
that
not
would-
the one here.
Yeah, unfortunately, Detroit's has been worn down. over
Someplace
time.
down Mississippi?
No,
Washington, D.C.?
Boston?
Wow.
I got one way out east and one way out west.
Seattle.
Philadelphia?
Seattle is one of them. Philadelphia
Okay.
is the other.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right, there
exactly.
you go.
That's correct. Most endangered on the National Trust for Historic Preservation list. That's kind of interesting.
I get the Seattle one, but Philadelphia?
Yeah, Philadelphia.
Field trip.
All right,
Field,
that's it.
field trip.
Yep, field
Egg
trip.
rolls, let's go.
Absolutely. We have to go see it for ourselves.
Dumplings.
What country, after the U.S., is McDonald's most profitable with more than 6 billion euros in sales?
Oh, it's Europe then. So France.
It's France. It is France.
Oh, well.
Yeah, what do you know? 1,500
But the Big Mac is the
restaurants in
Royale or something like
2022.
that over there.
That's
They do have a different
lot of
menu,
McDonald's.
slightly
Can't get
different.
enough of those
Yeah.
French
Better
fries.
menu, apparently.
French fries.
Wow.
Spain
What do
had
they
a
call
wonderful
French
McDonald's.
fries at the France McDonald's? I don't know.
Potatoes?
Yeah, potatoes.
Frites.
Frite.
Frites. That's exactly right. Who or what? Oh, how about what or who is New York City's largest private landowner?
Catholic Church.
That's a really good
That's a good
guess, but that is
guess.
not
No?
what it says here.
What? The Protestant Church.
No. I will also not accept, what's the other one? Scientology. Not on the list.
Columbia University?
Columbia.
All right,
Very
Jim.
good. Yeah, Columbia.
And it keeps spreading.
And it keeps getting bigger somehow.
It's like
huh?
moss.
What and where is the nation's most prolific oil field? I believe we're talking about the United States.
Underneath my
Texas?
car.
You know, Texas is partial
Alaska.
credit. Texas is partial credit.
Oklahoma?
It is the area of our country that straddles Texas and New Mexico.
Okay.
Texas.
Let's look at our map.
Oh, there you go.
Look at our map. Where are we looking?
The Panhandle.
No, but
Good
you're
guess.
you're using the right terminology. It starts with the letter P. It's a basin.
The Plain Basin?
It's quite fancy, actually. It takes offense to the plainness. No, it's called the Permian Basin. The Permian
Sure.
Basin of that part of the country.
If you say so.
I think you got it.
Doesn't everybody know the names of their local watersheds? I mean,
Of
come
course.
on, seriously.
I don't know. Anonymous is tough here.
Yeah.
Absolutely tough.
Hunt them down.
Living above, i.e., north of what parallel in the U.S. puts someone at risk of vitamin D deficiency in winter?
45th?
That was
All right, I mean, come on. It's the my own
You're
go-to.
not going to like this, but that's a little too high.
Oh,
35th.
the 44th.
For 35, I'll give you the 37th.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
It runs just south of San Francisco along the northern border of
Wow.
Oklahoma and just
wow.
above the northern border of North Carolina.
Wow.
I was going to say
should.
38,
There we
but
go.
that's
Yeah.
Korea.
Wow.
Yeah, the DMZ.
Yeah,
Yes.
we've got some issues apparently. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, a few flag-related brain teasers. Which U.S. state has the only flag to feature the flag of a foreign nation in its flag?
Hawaii?
Hawaii.
It's Hawaii. Yes, has the Union Jack in the upper left. That's correct. Which two states have their names on their flags written twice? These are
Wait
so
a
great.
minute. So there are two states. Each has a flag on which the state is written twice.
Exactly. That is correct.
Once on each side, I'm sure.
They're actually mostly from the same section of the country. Oh, I know. Danielle brought the map. Or
I didn't
somebody
bring the
brought
map. The map was
It
here.
says nothing about flags, though.
They're from the same region of the country.
They're from the same region. They are.
So once you get one.
Delaware.
No, you're too far east.
too far east.
Florida.
Nope, too far south.
Nope.
Illinois.
Too middling.
Iowa. That's short.
Starts with an I, but not Iowa.
Indiana.
Idaho.
Illinois.
Idaho. Idaho. is one
Okay,
of
so we're
them.
over here.
And so close to Idaho is.
Nevada.
Oregon.
Montana.
Colorado.
So I'm just gonna say it. It's South Dakota.
Okay, sure. Okay.
And there's I think I brought this up on a show last year. There's a little bit of a internet thing going on right now where people are making fun of each other's state flags.
Oh,
and I think
yeah.
it's important that you know that Michigan is way down at the bottom. It's just our state seal on a white field or a
Right.
blue field, so we do not have a good state
Boring.
flag. Yeah, it's boring. It's
There's a
boring.
really good TED Talk on it that's all about poor flag design.
That's
I've
right.
watched it.
Utah made a
right.
big to-do about
An
that.
unusual number of states are redoing their flags right
At
now.
least it
Right.
does not have a Confederate flag on it.
Props, what's the only state that has a Spanish phrase on its flag? That
Florida.
flag is oro y plata.
California?
Texas.
Texas, New
Mexico.
Mexico,
New Mexico?
Arizona.
Arizona.
Gold and silver is the translation, of course. Gold and
California.
silver.
Oregon?
No,
Nevada.
no, I haven't heard it yet. I say Big Sky, and you say
Montana.
Montana. Absolutely.
Is there
How about
gold
that?
and
Why would
silver
they
in
have-
Montana?
Most folks know, because they have to be different, that all 50 states except one have four-sided horizontal flags, except for what state has a pennant.
A pennant.
Ohio, is it?
It's Ohio has a pennant.
Ohio.
Yes, exactly.
Stupid Buckeye.
Also known as a five-sided swallowtail. I'm like, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. In what country is about 10% of all U.S. currency, roughly $200 billion in circulation, more than any other country outside the United States? Stop. It's not Canada.
That was my
Yeah,
guess.
I
Can you
was
repeat the
thinking of-
question?
In what country is 10% of all circulating U.S. currency, $200 billion, more than any other country outside the U.S.?
Mexico.
Panama?
No,
Is it in the Middle East?
it is in South America.
South America?
Brazil.
Venezuela.
Argentina.
Bolivia.
It's Argentina is
Yeah.
what it says here. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
Argentina.
because their currency has
why.
fluctuated so much or lost so much that
Mm-hmm.
people want a stable currency to.
These are interesting
Hoard.
facts. It'd be nice to do some background, like.
You're right.
So we got to like immediately do some
Yeah,
research.
we need to go down and
Immediate
check.
fact
We
checking?
need to go check.
No, not fact checking, just curiosity.
This is not a presidential debate, Dan.
Not yet.
Thanks, Steve. The secretary
Stephen
will
would
write
know.
that down for the record.
In how many places can you live in a place called Detroit?
And how many what?
In how many,
How many
places
states?
can you live?
Places?
Places, so cities
I'll go
that are
5.
named Detroit in the United States.
5? Yeah.
Seven.
It's North
Higher
Oregon.
than 5.
7.
9.
But where?
7 and 9, if you put them together.
Eight.
And take the
Eight.
Where's
average,
Kendra
you
when we
get
need her
8.
for 8?
Yes. So we got Michigan, Illinois, Maine, Tennessee, Alabama, Texas, Kansas, and Oregon. With the singular exception of Michigan's, they're all very small. For instance, Detroit, Texas has 700 residents, but ends up being third in most populated Detroits of the United States.
So does that mean we can go over there and open up a university?
Possibly.
Another dental
Satellite
school,
campus.
maybe. Another dental school.
Let's go. What city with elevation of 7,000 feet above sea level is a destination for endurance athletes?
Denver.
Denver, yeah.
Denver.
That's
Boulder.
not what it says here.
Hawaii? Ironman?
Athletes who have trained in this area have won 356 Olympic medals total.
Is it in the Northwest?
It's in the Southwest.
Southwest.
Diane Manica's
I know, I was
living
about to
room.
say it's sort of close to Professor Diane Manica, but not exactly close.
It's in the, Arizona?
It's in Arizona, yeah.
It's not the Sedona.
Tucson?
Phoenix?
No.
Must
It
be up
says-
north of Flagstaff.
Is Flagstaff is what it says,
okay.
actually. Like in the city, you can do a lot of up and down hills, I think is what it translates to, yeah.
And I-40 goes right through it.
What country from 1928 to 1938 had the largest Nazi party in the world outside of Germany?
Argentina?
Yeah, well, you're close. Go back to where you were a minute ago. Not
Flagstaff?
Argentina, but
Chile?
back to
Brazil?
Flagstaff. It says Brazil,
Brazil,
here.
yeah.
Brazil.
Okay.
Yep. After World War II, Brazil, like other South American countries, became a refuge. What country has more companies listed on the NASDAQ than any except for the United States? This is a great
Japan.
set of questions.
Yeah, I was gonna say Japan.
That's not what
China?
it says here.
Korea?
Korea.
India?
Nope. Starts with an I, though.
Ireland.
We heard it
only other one I know.
from Hank in the audience. It's Israel.
Oh,
Israel is the
Israel.
answer.
Right.
Yes,
Cool, okay.
absolutely. Thanks, Anonymous, for those great questions. Let's keep moving on with some listener
Makes
questions
our
here.
brains hurt.
I prefer
Yeah, our
the
brains hurt.
Gen Z slang.
So we need to make a field trip to Flagstaff,
Detroit, Texas.
7 other Detroits.
Yes.
Israel.
We're gonna-
not
Israel,
right
yeah.
now. though.
Argentina.
We're going
to
to
check
double
the
the
currency.
population of Detroit,
Right.
Texas,
Yeah,
if we
really.
just go visit. Holy smokes.
Get the tour bus.
Dear professors, first off, I want to thank you for another wonderful series of shows to listen to. Not only informative, but educational for those of us who attend trivia nights, of course. Below are 20 questions all over the map. Hold up the map. Kidding. Just like you folks seem to like them, I hope they prove challenging and fun for you all. Thanks again, our good friend Amber Hubley.
Thank you, Amber.
So
Thank you,
we
Amber.
will take a look at these questions. Very interesting. In Norway, if one publishes a book, as one does in Norway, Why does the government purchase 1,000 copies?
To put them in libraries.
Yes, but this is a very specific kind of book you have to write to get this thing to take over. Do you know what it is?
Got to be in Norwegian.
No, that's a pretty good guess, though.
So it has to do with the history of the country?
No, but you're getting a little bit closer.
It's math related.
It's not math.
Star Trek?
I'm sorry.
Star Trek.
We've heard a bunch of very good guesses.
Norwegian history?
Nope, it's not history. They purchased them to give them to all the libraries because it's a unique kind of book.
For kids.
It's
No.
a kid's book. It's a children's
Oh,
book, yes.
I was going to go like Braille or
That
something
focus
like
on
that.
education.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's better
Cool.
than banning them.
Yes.
Or burning them.
Much better. Much, much better. Let's see who's paid attention. We're about to go into a wonderful month of October here. Who was supposedly drowned at Camp Crystal Lake?
Oh,
It's not Jason, is it?
Jason
Jason
Voorhees is
Voorhees,
correct.
yeah.
Yes.
Not Jason Roach,
Right.
No, not
Not yet.
Jason Roach. He's our executive producer.
despite all the ankle weights.
Friday the 13th movies. Yes. So there are several Crystal Lakes around the United States that have sort of banded together. Thank
Do we
you,
have to go visit
Internet.
them too?
We don't, because a little ignominious. They have statues of Jason that they have submerged in the lake. So if you go diving or you go over with your boat, you see him
Wow.
as if he was at the end
I
of the
think
first
we also
movie.
need to go fact check that
underwater.
ourselves.
Yeah.
That will keep me away from Crystal Lake.
Can we float one up just to scare the residents?
Oh my gosh. In one of the old episodes of the 1960s Batman TV series, they actually name the inventor of the bat phone. Who is it?
Pat Pending.
Yeah, it is Pat Pending.
You forget I'm a Batman geek.
I just love the fact that you know that, and I love the joke
love
itself.
my Batman trivia. I'm sorry.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
Batman Day last week.
Yep, Pat Pending. Awesome.
Oh, beats that Kathy Bush Pat
Oh
my
my
groin
gosh.
guy. I mean,
What car company's first slogan was "Standard for the World"?
Is it a big three?
Standard for
Packard?
no. That's a good guess too. Yeah, this is a brand that exists to this day.
Ferrari.
It is not Ferrari.
Toyota.
Is it U.S. based?
It is a U.S. based company.
Cadillac.
It is.
Oh, Cadillac.
It's
is a good
Cadillac,
guess.
yeah,
I
Cadillac,
think somebody
yeah.
else said that. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I was just saying Cadillac was a good guess.
Yes, Cadillac
Somebody
is a
said
good
it.
guess.
Who said Cadillac?
Who said
did.
Cadillac?
Of course,
My
Jim
bad.
did.
Jim.
What's
It's the
the- what-
distance. That's
What's
the
the phrase again?
Standard for the
Standard
world.
for the world.
yeah, but think about this. When was the last time Cadillac had like a standard?
Let's think about it for a
I
minute.
don't think that's what they're referring to.
Oh, okay.
Whose stories are set in the 100-Acre Wood?
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh, absolutely.
We all got that.
Oh, bother. What is the most famous structure within the Greek Acropolis?
The Parthenon?
Parthenon. That's a good one. Yep.
I was going to say the Coney Island, but that's not going to work.
So this is, again, going to appeal to 60s and 70s TV. But the term Grand Poobah is not attributable to the Flintstones because they got it from what?
Oh, the Honeymooners.
The Honeymooners.
That's not what it says. Actually, before that.
Before Jackie Gleason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't TV, if that helps. Was not
Was
television.
it so literature?
Not literature, but stage show.
Oh, okay.
What, like
vodka?
Gilbert and Sullivan show?
It was Gilbert and Sullivan.
Oh, wow.
Good
Which
job.
one was it?
What was it?
Pick a show, any show.
Gilbert and Sullivan.
The Grand Poobah was a character in Gilbert and Sullivan's.
Insert play here. Somebody help.
What's this for? What's the
This
font?
was like filling in the blank.
Oh, I thought maybe it was like 5 syllables.
Nope, nope.
Wasn't
Three
Pirates of
syllables.
Penzance, was it?
It wasn't Pirates. It says here that it was the Mikado. The show The Mikado had the Grand
Obviously.
Poobah in it. Yeah.
I knew that.
Never heard
Had
of
big
it.
hands.
He cut off people's heads.
That's what my kids and I
The
are going
Grand Poobah.
The Grand Poobah. Professors, what famed American politician married someone named Theodosia Bartow Prevost?
It was from Dear Theodosia from Hamilton, right?
Aaron Burr.
It was Aaron Burr. Yeah, put it all together there. Yeah, exactly.
One.
Theodosia. Now that's a name that should have a
Theodosia.
resurgence.
Man,
That's awesome.
that's a nameplate.
This famous professional wrestler, later announcer, was once touted as, quote, he traveled across the countryside with a caravan wrestling bears, spoke no English, ate raw meat, and drank his victim's blood. Who is this?
Is it like an 80s
It wasn't
wrestler?
like George
or-
the Animal
Okay,
Steel.
Brian, who was this?
I don't
Yeah, what's
think
the
it was
year?
modern era WWE.
then-
Like
I'm
Bruno
out.
San Martino.
Yeah. His real name was Robert James Morella. He was from Rochester, New York. I don't
A
even
relative
know.
of Jason's?
The Grand Poobah.
The Grand Poobah. You know, partial credit.
No,
for-
was it
for
Gorilla
that.
Monsoon?
Gorilla Monsoon is
Nice.
exactly who it was.
Okay.
The questions were not supplied to Professor Chow ahead of time. It's just.
He was in the 60s.
He's got like
I
half
know
of
like
these
3
right.
wrestlers, and it wasn't.
He was an
one of those
announcer
guys.
toward the end of his life.
That's right. That's exactly.
While still
that's
drinking the
exactly
blood of
it.
his
Probably.
adversaries.
Well, I mean, it was described that way. You
Okay.
know. Whether it actually was happening is a different story. What was the verdict, if you've ever seen the movie or the show, 12 Angry Men? Now, by the way, rebranded
Not guilty.
12 Angry Jurors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
it was not
guilty.
guilty. Absolutely.
What was he accused of?
It was a young Hispanic fellow that was accused of, I think, of knifing somebody.
Was it? Was that in? Drinking blood? Yeah.
No blood drinking.
Wow. Wow. I just, in all the iterations I've seen in quote unquote the modern era, it's been rebranded 12 Angry Jurors so that we don't, just have an all male cast. What's the country of origin for Gorgonzola cheese?
Italy?
Italy.
It's Italy. Yep. It is Italian.
It's their version of blue.
Gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola.
Yes. Portland, Oregon has a larger population than Portland, Maine. But according to the 21 census, by how many?
Multiple or number?
It has an exact number down to the ones place, but if you estimate, we'll let it fly,
I just went to both Portlands last year, so.
You mean how many more does it have in terms of a raw number?
I think that if you can get the two numbers for the two Portlands, we'll be able to do the difference. But they're asking for the exact number more. Yes. Yes.
I would say 50,000 more.
No,
It's quite a bit
more
more
than
than
that.
that. Quite a bit more.
Portland, Oregon's a lot larger.
120,000.
500,000.
It's over 500,000.
Wow.
Yes. Portland, Oregon has 641,162 people in it. Portland, Maine has only 68,313.
So it's almost
Factor of 10.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a big difference.
It's the
big,
biggest
big
city in
difference.
Maine by a large margin.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Yep.
Okay.
Great
What's
clam
going
chowder.
on in Maine?
Bigger than Bangor.
It's a big state.
It is.
There are lots of muscular guys up there,
I thought you were going to say
drinking blood. and stuff.
lots
All
of,
named Gorilla
All
as their
named
first
Gorilla.
name.
Gorilla.
lots of moose,
Oh,
too.
my gosh.
Barehanded.
Is that the plural for moose, too? Moose?
Moose.
Mooses?
Yes, yes.
Mooses?
Just moose.
Just moose.
There are a lot of moose up there.
A lot of moose.
Not me, I was saying Meeson.
I am looking at a decided heatherish direction.
Oh, I hate
with
it when you do that.
Collectively, what are Amish Gold Slicer, Banana Legs, BHN 901, Conestoga, and Council Bluffs?
What
Iowa cities.
Why are you looking in my direction?
There's a very specific reason why I'm looking in your direction.
Are they?
They're all New Hampshire
Are they
cities.
drinks? Are they alcoholic beverages?
No, they are not. They are not.
Say again. Say them again.
They are Amish Gold Slicer, Banana Legs, BHN 901, Conestoga, and Council Bluffs.
Are they tulips or bulbs?
You're getting closer. Closer.
Varieties of
something.
Peppers?
Something. Not
Apples?
Peppers.
Daffodils? No.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. They're tomatoes.
Ooh, a
Yes.
slicer.
Awesome.
Who wants an Amish Gold Slicer? It sounds like it's going to come after you, but
Sounds like a wrestling name.
Yeah, exactly.
Tomato with teeth.
Exactly. And then, of course, the very technically named BHN 901.
That sounds like an experiment.
We give
I
up.
think it was.
It crawls out and bites.
Crossbreed.
Lab developed, exactly. Hydroponics.
With an Airedale.
Who is the subject of the 2006 documentary An Unreasonable Man was the title? Ran for president once in recent years.
Nader?
It was Ralph Nader. Yeah, Ralph Nader. Yep, absolutely. I don't know if I saw that. And 2006 feels very, very long ago right now. What's the name of the small aircraft sent to Mars?
Perseverance.
So Perseverance was the rover.
Okay.
They actually
it's
sent an aircraft
rover.
so that it would fly around in the Martian atmosphere. Do you remember what it was called?
A Piper Cub.
No.
Drone
Did-
number
Did
561.
it also begin with a P?
It didn't begin with a P. It begins with an I, and it's one of those classic NASA like very inspiring one-word
Intrepid.
names. So
The
close.
Independence.
So
That's a
close.
Star Trek.
Independence is
The
close.
inspiration.
So close.
Iridescent.
The incontinent.
Illumination.
Does it start with an I?
It was an imponderable.
Yes.
So
Give us the second letter.
it
Come
was,
on.
okay. It was N. So we're
that
all the
helps.
same thing.
Incognito.
Incorrigible.
Inexplicable.
Interstellar.
I'm going all in on incorrigible. Like, that should be the name of. No, it was ingenuity. The only one you didn't say. The only one you
I
didn't
like
say.
our names
Would have
better.
taken us a while.
Oh
I
my
liked our names
gosh.
better.
Absolutely
Many more better
hilarious.
names.
Incorrigible.
That's it. We're naming the next one.
The Starship Incorrigible.
We'll sponsor it too.
Oh
Or
my
label it.
gosh.
Logo on it.
We get to come home.
I know.
The
I know.
inexcusable.
What are you going to say?
Inexcusable. That's even good. And what year was the commemorative State of Michigan quarter stamped?
Oh,
Oh, that was a long time ago.
2001.
It was a little bit closer to the modern day, just a little.
2003.
It was 2004.
Okay.
You were really close. Really close.
Incorrigible.
We had like 50 state quarters for a while, and then there were like a million other versions of
Yeah.
everything.
We released
Just kind
some
of
different ones.
Yeah.
Screwed everything.
Now, like everything's on the back of a quarter.
Right.
Yeah.
I will
Jim Tubbs quarters show up any minute.
Close. Yeah, it could be anything.
possibly for not the first time mention the story that didn't everybody have that big cardboard fold out where you popped in each
course,
state's
everyone had
quarter?
it.
Still got it.
And after a while, it's like after 1, 2, 3 times, Dad, I have to pay for this field trip today. I'm like, we're popping these bad boys out. Like, here,
I think
here's
mine's
the
still
money.
folded up on the floor somewhere.
Seriously.
I got to park in Ferndale. I need a couple quarters.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
exactly.
Hey, app only. App only.
Yeah, true.
you know.
I got to go to Marvin's.
There you go.
Pinball wizard.
Out of the world's entire prison population, what percentage of them, oh my, are American?
80,
A lot.
No, it's gonna be like the 30s.
70.
I
gonna be
mean, whatever
low.
number is said, it's a big number by proportion. Let's just say put that.
49%.
It's lower than that.
Oh.
33%.
30.
Thankfully, it's lower than that.
15.
Oh, good.
27.
28%.
27, 28, I'll give you 25 is what
But
it
out of the
is,
whole
but,
world.
I mean, in terms
That's
of
pretty
land
disgusting.
coverage, the United States is taking a bigger bite.
Yeah, but then you think about those other countries, they probably just execute their people. So.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
It's big business.
Chinese do that.
Yeah, well,
Did you?
We still do as well.
We still do
We
as
still
well.
do as well.
Yeah.
Did it a few days ago in Oklahoma.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Nitrogen
Nitrogen.
gas.
Ooh.
That's right. Not a fun way to go. What mammal gets only 2 hours of sleep a day? I've never heard this
And it's
trivia.
not
I
me.
hope it's
I'll
true.
say, is it me?
After the Tigers clinch the playoffs game,
It's not our dog, I'll tell you that.
it is not a dog.
Or a cat.
No.
He's awake 2 hours
It's
a
not a
day.
cat.
It's not a sloth, is it?
It's not a sloth.
It's a mammal, huh?
It's a mammal.
So the best advice I can give you for this
Cow?
response is it would be really difficult for this mammal to lie down.
Is it a marine mammal?
It's not a horse?
It's not marine. It's not
giraffe?
a horse. It's a giraffe.
Oh.
Giraffe sleeps only about 2 hours a day,
Wow.
and mostly is on the move.
How do
So,
they know that?
Yeah, how do they know?
They see the giraffe cams at the zoo and they watch them.
I asked them.
Well, I'm reminded of a comedian who once saw a sleeping horse in someone's front yard and then went to the front door and said, "I got some real bad news about your horse." And they're like, "It's just sleeping." And I'll leave the rest to your imagination. But they have where are the anatomists? They have like the reverse knees and stuff. So to get down and carry that weight, it's very difficult. They literally have to sleep standing up.
Oh,
So.
poor babies.
Oh my, who has the secret security code names? Danny Collins and Daphne Clark. So it's a couple, if that helps.
Collins.
Ooh, it is sort of up your alley here, Professor Bell.
Our mutual acquaintance had a whole category of trivia, and it was 10 different code names. I'm wondering if this one was on it. It's up my. Are they?
It is up your alley because I know you're a little bit of a Anglophile. Just a little bit.
Is it
is it
someone that's
Prince-
that wears a
The
crown?
Royals?
Possibly.
Is it William and Kate? Their kids?
Nope.
The dogs?
Charlotte?
Camilla?
Charles and
close.
Is it Charles and Camilla?
One of the corgis.
Harry and his wife.
It's Harry and Meghan.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But they
Yeah.
don't have security.
Danny
anymore.
Collins and Daphne Clark.
I'm sure they do this. Probably
They don't.
private.
It's kind of interesting.
No, he's talking about with the.
Oh, got you.
According to folks who keep track of such things, like Heather was just saying, wait, now how do we know that about
Right.
giraffes? How do we know about the first literary reference to French fries? I'll give it to you. It's a very, very famous novel, but it's the first time in written English French fries were referred to. Do you know what that is?
French fries were referred to as French fries, or
Exactly.
French fries were
Written in English for the first time.
written
and
in
published.
I need like a literary period.
What published what year?
Let's
Yeah.
see. Don't have the year, so I'm going to embarrass myself.
okay.
We're talking mid to late 1800s.
Oh, French fries.
So
French
what
fries.
text you talk? What text was it published in?
Exactly. What novel? I can tell you it was a novel.
Novel.
Yeah.
Novel.
Okay, and it's
French fries. So
Fries.
Author initials CD. That should give
Charles Dickens.
Dickens.
Great Expectations.
Bleak House.
Hard Times.
The Golden Arches.
Tale of Two
It
Cities.
was Tale of Two Cities. Tale of Two
I
Cities.
did not remember that.
One
Oh
had,
my
one had
God.
french
Interesting how
fries
we
and the other
like all
didn't.
picked ones that were the least
far greater
famous
gift.
of Dickens French fries.
Bleak House. He really loved French fries. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Amber, for those questions. Those were
I don't remember. I don't
those
remember that
were
part.
off the chain. They were really, really good. Okay, folks, more questions. More questions from our good friend, Ben. He's got just the coolest Gmail, and we'll have to say it off the air because I don't want to send you without thousands of people listening to the show. We're going to
Okay.
email you if I mention it. But it is a play off of the Scarlet Pimpernel, and it's really cute. And I appreciate it, Ben. Thank you. Professors, thanks for the mug a while back. I always seem to send you civics questions since it's election season. Here are some questions about various branches of the United States government. So let's see what we can do with these. We'll start with president. Virginia famously had a dynasty of early presidents. You can tour all their former houses, which are open to visit since they've all been dead for a very long time. Thank you, Ben. How many of their houses can you name, since, of course, they all have names? This counts those who were considered Virginians when elected, not those born in Virginia, but made their names elsewhere, and homes to tour elsewhere, i.e., William Henry Harrison, whose home is a National Historic Landmark in Indiana, or Woodrow Wilson, whose birthplace is a landmark in Virginia, but would be considered from New Jersey.
Monticello is
It's just
Thomas
so
Jefferson.
weird. So we got Monticello
Montpelier.
and
That is
Jefferson.
all I
This is the only
got.
one I know too.
And Montpelier goes to
To Monroe.
No.
Madison.
Madison. So you've got
Monroe's
four more.
house is not far away. Let me think, what was the name of that?
Three of the four of the presidents. Let's
It's
see.
right near Charlottesville.
Tara.
Scarlett O'Hara, yes, Tara.
Well, you're missing the first one on the list.
Well, of course, Mount Vernon.
Oh, Mount Vernon. I
Mount
thought somebody
Vernon.
had already said that.
No.
I did too.
And you had mentioned Monroe, who's on the list, but you didn't say the name of.
I know, I'm
the
trying to
house. Yes.
I can picture the house,
Well-
I just can't call it.
You certainly know the two cities that are completely surrounded by the city of Detroit, right? Think of one word from one of those cities, and you've got it.
What?
Ham.
Monroe,
Highland.
Highland is the name of Monroe's estate. Yeah, Highland. And one of the neighborhoods that the university is very, very close to is one of the other presidents' retreats.
Fitzgerald.
Darn it.
Sherwood?
Sherwood Forest
Oh.
was the nickname of JT's estate,
John Tyler?
John Tyler. So there's only one you haven't mentioned, and it's listed with the parentheses bonus because Thomas Jefferson had two.
He did,
retreats.
and I'm trying to remember the other
Yes.
house.
He had Monticello. When we got sick of that, he went somewhere else.
Little
Over near
Monticello.
Rockland.
Little cello. No.
Lemoncello.
It actually has forest in the name, probably for the trees that were around it. That's a pretty good guess.
Forest Glen, Forest Hills, Forest.
Jim's working, like,
Forest.
digging
No, I'm
deep.
trying to remember.
He's
It's
digging
over
deep.
near
Forest, the first word, or
Second
the
word.
second word?
So it's a tree name forest.
A
is
tree name
A
forest.
tree name.
Oak forest.
Not oak.
Beach forest.
Fern
Nope.
forest.
pineapple.
Palm forest.
Pine. Is it a
Maple.
pine?
Pine forest,
Beach.
maple forest,
Fir forest.
elm forest.
Give us the
So,
first letter.
The first letter is P, but it's not pine or any of the other pineapple or anything else that we've heard.
Poplar.
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 Poplar forest.
Obviously.
It's right on the tip of our tongue.
We knew it.
Oh my.
Deep down.
Does that ring a bell?
Ben, these are absolutely wonderful. As of July 2023, whose house is the most expensive to visit for one undiscounted adult with no accessories, self-guided, not including parking, but still allows you at least unlimited access to the house?
Monticello. It was very expensive.
Of all of those. And it's not Monticello. Middling of the pack is Monticello.
Really?
Wow.
Because
Like
Monticello's
George
expensive.
Washington?
It's Mount Vernon.
Yes.
Mount Vernon is actually on the low end.
Oh, really?
Really?
I'll go with Poplar Forest.
Yeah.
It sounds
So Poplar
expensive.
Forest is at the very, very bottom.
Montpelier.
It's Montpelier. So
good
just to be
reason.
clear,
I went when it
Montpelier
was cheaper.
for Madison is
Without your discounts.
$36.
Sneak in through the back
What?
window.
Wasn't that when I was
This
the
is so
last
great.
time?
Ben, just keep sending us questions. Number 2 is Sherwood Forest, 35. You also have to call ahead and leave a message on the answering machine like it's the 1900s. That's what he
Yeah, but that's because, I think
Oh
that's
my
all they've
gosh.
got to keep it up.
Monticello is 32 for what's called the most popular tour. There are a bewildering array of other options. Mount Vernon, 26 for the grounds, $2 for the house, so that's on the low end. Poplar Forest and Highland are only $18 to visit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Field trip? Anyone?
Oh,
Can't afford it.
come on.
Just some pictures.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Can I just tour the grounds, not the house?
This is highly political, so I'll look in a Professor Manning direction. How many of the 57 governors of the great state of New York have been nominated by a major party for president? That's a good one.
I thought you were going to ask how many had been indicted. How many? 57?
57 governors, but how many have run for president by
13.
major party?
quite
It's
a
a little
lot.
high, 13.
Yeah.
11.
9.
It's 10.
10,
Yep,
okay.
you got it. Pretty close.
Don't ask me to name them.
It's okay. It's
I could name a
absolutely
few
okay.
of them.
We've got some losers in there, obviously, so they're harder to remember. Of the 60 U.S. presidential elections, how many had a former governor of New York on the top of the ticket for a noteworthy party? Governor was not necessarily their immediately preceding job. So of 60 elections, how many? It's kind of wild now that I think about it.
7.
It's a good chunk. It's a good chunk.
12. That's too much.
It's higher. No, it's
higher
higher
than
than
Higher
12.
than that.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
16.
15.
So it says here 19. That's basically 1/3
That is really-
of all U.S. presidential elections. So become governor of New York, and it's a done deal here.
Just not
DeWitt
governor,
Clinton,
yeah, just not city.
Martin
city
Van
mayor.
Buren, Horatio Seymour, Samuel Tilden, Grover Cleveland, Theodore Roosevelt, Charles Evans Hughes, Al Smith, Franklin Roosevelt, and of course Thomas Dewey, famous 2-time loser.
Feeder. It's a feeder position.
Feeder position.
Despite what the newspaper said.
Oh, here we go. How many of those 19 of those runs were Democratic ticket?
Well, you just named them.
All of them?
What, there are 19?
Not all of them.
Oh,
not
really?
all of
At
them.
least half of them, right?
More than half.
More
of
than
them.
I would
half,
say
yeah.
12.
It's 12, right on.
at
Spot
that.
on, Jim. Yeah, exactly. And the majority of those, not too surprisingly, were FDR. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that does make sense.
All right. How many were on another ticket? Well, we've established this. Okay. So we've got Federalist, Free Soil, and of course Bull Moose. Can't forget the old Bull Moose party. That's a lot of fun. Let's move on to congressional trivia. Congressman Carl C. Anderson died 17 of October 1912. He has the ignominious record for the first sitting congressperson to die from what? 1912.
Alcoholism.
Not alcoholism.
STDs.
Something that sadly we still have today, and it's always a tragedy when
Syphilis.
it happens. No.
Measles?
Gun violence?
No, that's a good guess.
Food poisoning.
1912, so it had to be
Rabies?
relatively new about the time of 1912, but we see it every day.
It's not the
Yellow
flu.
fever.
Oh, a car
A
accident.
car accident, yes. It's a car accident. Carl C. Anderson. On the flip side, Congressman Thaddeus Sweet died 1st of May, 1928. The first sitting congressperson to die of what?
Diabetes?
Nope.
Oh, sweet.
Good guess. Good
Oh,
guess.
in a plane crash.
Joking.
It was a plane crash.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
1928. I feel like 1928, maybe the plane crashed into him, possible too. You know, I mean,
The
may not
two
have been
hit one
riding
other?
in it. Yeah, I don't know.
It was not too long before Newt Rockne died in a
That's-
plane crash. 32, I think.
There you
31
go.
Or 32.
Connection to Detroit Mercy with Gus Doré. They were buddies at Notre Dame. Gus Doré coached our football team for a very long time. How many people attend? Oh, we're moving on to the Supreme Court. Sorry.
Aha.
How many people attended the Constitutional Convention? How many individual peeps?
They have a painting of it, don't they?
57.
55. I'm
Wow,
giving
yeah,
it to you.
yeah.
Come on.
Close
That's
enough.
pretty
Close. I like
solid.
that.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. How many people signed the Constitution is the next question. Not that number. A little bit lower.
A little lower, yeah.
38.
45.
You're a little high. It's 39, but we got the basic
Yeah,
idea.
3
Close.
from each
One
colony.
off.
You're in the wheelhouse.
In the wheelhouse. In the wheelhouse. Of the 55
Not
attendees,
the doghouse.
as long as it's not the doghouse. Of the 55 attendees of the Constitutional Convention, how many eventually sat on the Supreme Court? This is where this was going.
That's good.
5.
You know, 5 is the exact answer. That's incredible, Jim. I don't even know if I could have guessed one of these people. So let's see if we can guess one of someone who was in the Constitutional Convention and then ended up serving the Supreme Court.
Gorilla Monsoon.
No.
Darn.
The only person I know that signed it is John Hancock.
John Jay is not on the
Not on
list.
the list?
Not on the list.
Let's see.
I could not. I've never even heard a single one of these names.
Oh, not a chance. Nope.
Well, then that's not helpful.
That's not helpful.
I was thinking of court
Is
cases.
there one named John?
There is 2 named John. So,
Adam or John.
partial credit.
There we go.
Partial credit. How about because I see that Stephen's gears are turning here. If I say Oliver, you might say
Wendell Holmes.
nope.
Oh, well, then,
Different generation.
Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist.
Oliver Ellsworth,
sure.
Of course.
John Rutledge,
Massachusetts.
Oh, John Rutledge, yes.
James
From
Wilson,
South Carolina.
William Patterson, and John Blair. Oh my gosh. By the way, because this is really going to work for radio and podcasting, Ben notes, make sure you are not immortalized on Wikipedia with a picture like John Blair.
Oh.
So we're looking at the photo of John Blair, and he's pretty stern. Pretty stern. Like many of the people at the
serious
time were.
constipated look.
Exactly.
Obviously
Oh
an
my gosh.
originalist.
Sort of
Yes.
purple.
Sort of purple, yes.
According to
Got
the
it.
U.S. Senate, John Tyler is the one-term president who made the most Supreme Court nominations. How many nominations did he make?
6.
Was it 1? Was it 2? Was it 3?
5.
4? I have not heard the number yet.
6,
9.
It was 9.
Nine.
9.
Wow.
Baseball team.
The whole
Yeah,
bench?
no,
whole court
seriously.
together
It's like the
himself.
whole bench. And he was a one-term president.
Well, but our Supreme Court has had different numbers over time. It
Well,
hasn't
and-
always been 9.
As always, you can make nominations.
but doesn't
1
mean-
refused, 4 withdrew, 2 had no action
okay.
taken, thanking Congress, 1 postponed, and only one of them was confirmed. So it's like, just keep,
1/9.
So
just
he
keep going
tried
at
his
it.
darndest.
yeah, he really did. He really did. Just keep trying, you know?
We had a very cooperative Senate.
Oh my
obviously.
gosh. How many different seats did he try to fill with those 9 nominations?
2.
2.
It was 2, yeah.
There you go.
Poor guy, poor guy. No one was listening
No
that
wonder
year.
he didn't look too happy.
Yeah. Ben, those were fantastic,
Yeah, thanks,
hilarious questions. I can't believe you did research into how much it costs to go to Montpelier. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Let's move on to some other questions we've got here. Matt and panelists, it's been a while since I came up with one of my entertainment lists for the panel. They seem to have enjoyed them in the past. So here's some more. As with my questions before, I will list 4 movies, and it'll be up to the panelists to guess who was the actor or actress who starred in all 4 of those movies. I hope the group will find them challenging. Good luck. Our good friend Julie Elder from Poughkeepsie, New York. Thanks, Julie. That's
Thanks,
fantastic.
Julie.
Ooh, we're gonna start off strong here. You ready? Oh my!
No.
Caligula, Hitchcock, The Long Good Friday, Barbie.
As in the most recent Barbie.
The Barbie movie. Yep.
And when was the last time we saw Caligula?
Wasn't that,
But the narrator,
oh,
who's the
yeah,
famous...
the woman at the end where she's like,
It's not Julie Andrews, is it? I can't
Wait,
think.
I mean,
You know-
seeing the hand gestures. Give me more.
the woman at the end where like Margot
Right.
Robbie's in like that dream state
Right.
and she finds like the maker
Right.
of Barbie. Like who is that woman?
It's not Dame Meg, no.
No,
not-
not,
it's not Betty
Dame.
White,
It's not
it's,
Dame Maggie Smith.
Helen Mirren?
Oh, it's Helen
Yes,
Mirren.
thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you know, major props to Dame Maggie Smith, who passed.
Yeah.
I knew it was like
Yesterday.
iconic British actress.
How about, here we go, The Graduate, Garbo Talks, Honeymoon in Las Vegas, G.I. Jane.
Joanne Woodward.
That's not what it says here. Initials A.B. like
Anne
that there.
Bancroft.
It was Anne Bancroft, yes.
She was a
Anne
G.I.
Bancroft.
Jane?
I didn't realize that, but apparently so.
You were thinking of Anne Bancroft.
Yeah, I got it mixed up.
How about, nice Detroit connection, Get Shorty, Mississippi Burning, Hoosiers, The Birdcage.
Gene Hackman.
Gene, how you all know that off the top of your head? That's incredible.
That was kinda obvious.
What a great movie. Get Shorty, great story, great movie. Elmore Leonard.
Another Detroit connection.
Yeah. Speaking of connections, The French Connection, Blue Thunder, Marathon Man, Jaws 2.
What?
Roy Scheider?
Roy Scheider.
Yeah.
Roy Scheider.
I need to watch movies.
I hadn't seen any of those
I know. I
movies.
we need to watch movies.
You've never seen Jaws?
You haven't seen Jaws 2? Come on.
Jaws 3D.
I don't think I've seen Jaws 1, let alone
Oh
Jaws
my
2.
gosh.
You need to see that one before you go swimming.
You need a bigger boat.
Yeah, you're going to need a bigger boat.
I don't have a boat.
You'll need to get one then.
Oh my gosh. I know I bring this one up too much too, but someone always posts, especially spooky time of year.
Oh.
I just showed my kids Jaws. For me as a child watching that movie, I couldn't even turn on the water in the bathtub. They just laughed and fell asleep halfway through it. I'm like, yeah,
That's
it's different
really
levels of
interesting.
horror, you know, different levels of horror. How about Annie Hall, Deer Hunter, Biloxi Blues, and of course, Batman Returns.
Matthew
Oh.
Broderick? No.
Yeah. Okay.
Very
Annie Hall?
famous actor.
Actor.
That was my clue.
Wait, say that. Could you repeat
Oh,
that?
Walken.
Christopher Walken.
Oh, that's good.
Big,
Yeah, I
interesting
got your
speech.
That was
Saw
your
that.
Christopher Walken.
That was my
Yeah, that's
Christopher
amazing.
Walken.
He was in
I'm
Annie
never going to
Hall?
do it again. Never
I
going to
got
do it
it.
again. Gangs of New York, Django Unchained, Inception, What's Eating Gilbert Grape? That's a good
Leo.
one.
Leo
Leo.
DiCaprio.
Oh my. Oof. The Flintstones. Yeesh. Die Another Day, Gothica, Monsters Ball.
Ethan Hawke.
Halle Berry.
Yes.
Halle Berry.
Yes.
It is. Yep, absolutely.
How did I know that?
Tomorrow Never Dies, Kung Fu Panda 2.
Jack Black.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Oh.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Dan's favorite movie.
Oh, is that Jamie Lee
Dan loves
Curtis?
that
Easy.
movie.
Easy, Dan.
It's not Jamie Lee Curtis?
No, it's not Jamie Lee Curtis. The
Not
other
Jack
major star
Black.
of that movie.
Michelle Yeoh?
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh.
Yes.
Sorry if I missed
We
it.
should know that.
Michelle Yeoh. Yeah,
Why,
absolutely.
why should we know that?
Because she was on.
Star Trek.
Yes.
Oh, because she's well. What's her character name on Discovery?
Philippa Georgiou?
Yes,
Yes, she's
very nice.
awesome.
Very nice.
I like that.
What's that new Star Trek movie they come up with? Section 31?
Section
Yes.
31.
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
the
got a
star.
spin-off, Yep.
Now I'm
me,
looking
scares
at
me.
Professor Maxwell here with this one.
Is it Disney?
Cable Guy, Shallow Hal, Gulliver's Travels, Nacho Libre.
Jack
That's
Black.
Jack Black.
There you go.
There we go. I was gonna be like, I haven't seen a single one of these.
Big Chill, The Right Stuff, Silverado, and of course Jurassic Park.
Sam.
Oh, what's
The
his
guy
name?
who does the apartment
I've seen
commercials.
Jurassic
Sam Neill?
Park.
Jeff.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Yes.
The guy that does the.
Jeff.
The thing.
You do the rest.
That.
I'll give you the first name. You
You
get
need to write the
Yes,
movies on a sheet of
Apartments.com,
paper
yes.
and hold them up.
He also has his own show on Disney Plus. Yes. The
You
World According
do.
to Jeff, I think.
You do have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour, right? Saving Private Ryan. Oh, this is a great one. Little Miss Sunshine, Contagion, and Asteroid City. Very recent one.
Little Miss Sunshine. Not
Saving
Steve
Private Ryan,
Carell,
Little
no.
Miss Sunshine, Contagion, Asteroid City. It's one of the
Is it
absolute
Greg-
classic
Greg
actors.
No.
Greg Kinnear?
No. Is it Greg? No.
Bill Murray?
Always melts into every role he's given. Possibly the lead character on the greatest TV show of all time.
Oh, it's the dad on Little Miss Sunshine, the grandfather.
Yeah. Right. No.
No, it's not.
Wait,
Okay.
no, Bryan Cranston?
Did you say the movies again?
Bryan Cranston
Oh,
is who we're
yeah.
going
Bryan
after.
Cranston.
Yeah, yeah. I almost said,
He was
and
in
of
Little
course,
Miss
the greatest
Sunshine. I
TV
don't
show of
remember
all
that.
time is all organic
what gave
chemistry.
me the-
isn't it?
yeah.
You
I
know?
was thinking it had to be Heisenberg reference,
Yeah,
right?
Heisenberg
Yeah.
reference.
That would have been too easy, I guess.
Oh, I'm doing terrible at these.
How about Wolf of Wall Street, Legend of Tarzan, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, and Suicide Squad? Both of them.
Not.
Oh, I'm so surprised. We've actually already mentioned this actress multiple times here.
We did?
Yeah.
She's an actress. There's a hint.
I mean, if I say that she plays Harley Quinn, you know it's
Margot Robbie.
Margot
Oh.
Robbie. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, you're not like a DC?
I didn't watch Harley Quinn, no.
Okay. Yeah, she's Harley Quinn. Although that's Lady Gaga in the new movie that's coming out very soon. He's been in everything. Avengers Endgame, Jurassic Park, Goodfellas, Do the Right Thing.
Chris Pratt?
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel
I was
Jackson,
thinking
yes.
Jurassic Park,
Yeah, he
right?
has
I was
been
like,
in
Chris
everything.
Who has the
Pratt.
Guinness Book of
Jurassic
World
Park.
Records record for most movies released over 18 months. It's like greater than 18,
I
which
believe it.
isn't even
He was
possible
in
if you
Guardians of
think
the
about it.
Galaxy,
You
so I
know?
was like,
And he does the commercials.
guess
And
maybe
he does
Endgame
the
then.
commercials.
Yeah.
Love that guy. Revenge of the Nerds. He was the football coach. Arachnophobia. Barton Fink. Speed Racer.
John Goodman?
John
Goodman.
Goodman.
Oh, wow.
Yes, very nice. Very underrated
A
actor.
thin John Goodman.
Yeah.
My Favorite Martian. Speed. Terms of Endearment. Pleasantville. Local
Jeff
name.
Daniels.
Jeff Daniels. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's right. He was a Speed. I forgot.
Yep.
He was the partner.
The Da Vinci Code. The Golden Compass. Gods and Monsters. And, of course, X-Men The Last Stand.
Sir Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen.
Good
Gandalf
job.
himself.
Oh, yeah, Gods and Monsters.
I'm like,
See if you can make this connection, professors. Apollo 13, Diner, Wild Things, Friday the 13th.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
Did you even know that Kevin Bacon was in all of those movies?
Yep.
That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Was Friday the 13th his first movie? Maybe not. I don't know.
He's probably pretty young.
We need to do some research.
What's
Need
the
to do
6
some
degrees of
research.
separation?
It's a website. Yeah, 6 Degrees of Separation from Kevin Bacon. Yeah.
So we
So,
had a
you're 3 now.
Well, we have the Degrees of Separation from Matt Mayo, and now there's more here. So.
So I've met Kevin Bacon, so you're now.
Oh.
So now.
really.
Well, we're all 3. That's impressive. Wow.
We knocked out a few degrees there.
Exactly. Honorary.
Last night in the actual lecture we had in chemistry over across the street here, someone made a Princess Bride reference, and it was painfully clear that the students had no idea what the reference was. And so many of the older faculty were like, well, I appreciated that slide.
What was the
word,
reference?
that word you were using, I do not think what is it? You think it means what it actually means or whatever?
Okay.
So how about Princess Bride, Throw Mama from the Train, Rabbit Test, City Slickers?
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal, absolutely classic.
Oh, and they didn't have when Harry Met Sally.
This is it. We're trying to
I
get
would've
your we're trying to get your noodle going with some curveballs here. Working Girl, Sabrina, Mosquito Coast, American Graffiti.
Melanie Griffith.
Melanie Griffith?
No.
De Niro?
Oh, Sigourney Weaver?
Working Girl, Sabrina, Mosquito Coast, American
Harrison
Graffiti.
Ford.
Harrison Ford, yes.
Deep cuts. They could have.
Yeah,
Give me a Han
absolutely,
Solo
absolutely.
question. Of course. Got that.
That would be like the giveaway, right?
You're supposed to say just Harrison.
That's right, he
and I'll say
was.
Ford.
What do you think of
Working Girl.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
he's the
Yeah, he was.
hot seat.
How about Working Girl, Gorillas in the Mist,
Sigourney
Avatar,
Weaver.
Yes.
Sigourney Weaver.
Alien 3. That's
Oh, the
And
Alien.
Wally and.
well, if you all
So
could
now
do
we
it.
have to we name the actress, and then you have to find the movies.
Oh my gosh, that would be so hard. Oh my gosh, I get these things wrong all the time. How about Caddyshack, Ed Wood, Get Smart, and of course another recent classic, Moonrise Kingdom.
Steve Carroll?
Famous comedian, but
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Oh,
Yeah, Bill Murray was in all of those. How come I cannot remember? It was Moonrise Kingdom and Asteroid City. Those are Wes Anderson's, right?
Anderson
Yeah,
movies.
Exactly. So very well done, Professor.
Asteroid City is very
Quirky.
bizarre, if anybody's seen it.
Aren't all of his movies kind of?
No, but that one's particularly bizarre.
But you liked it though, right? Did you like the Bizarre movie?
Not as much as I like Moonrise Kingdom.
No, okay, got it. Oh, Asteroid City was the one that was
Yeah,
a little bit
that's
weird.
hard to grasp.
Yes, that's all right. It's fun to go see things that we don't grasp every once in a while. Professors, I'm so sorry, but time flies when you're having fun. That is the end of our show for today. So the time has come for us to say goodbye, Heather.
Goodbye. Sorry.
Erin,
No, just goodbye.
Dan,
Goodbye.
Dave,
See ya.
Jim,
A biento.
Danielle,
Adios.
Brian,
Goodbye. Thank you for the hard questions.
and Stephen.
Goodbye.
And now these words from University of Detroit Mercy. I'll do an ending for you. Ask the Professor today is transcribed to the facilities of the University Library, but it's through the Department of Communication Studies and the College of Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences at University of Detroit Mercy's McNichols campus. Ask the Professor is produced and technically directed by Michael Jason and Brian Masonville, and our executive producer is Professor Jason Roach. Until next week, I'm your host, Matt Maggio.
Yay. What a good job.